How can you make her miss you so much when she's not with you? How can your presence still be felt in her mind? If you want to have a deep and important relationship, leaving a mark on someone doesn't depend on expensive gifts or flowery words. Stoic philosophy tells us not to try to force someone to come back, but to make a space where they want to. In today's movie, we talk about how to do that. Let's talk about the small things you can do, the words you use, and the natural ways you can show how valuable you are, so that even when she's not with you, your picture stays in her mind. I want to share with you 12 special and effective ways to leave a lasting impression on someone by following the principles of Stoicism. You will learn how to do this by staying calm, self-controlled, and true to yourself. Before we start, please hit the like button and subscribe to help support our channel. Leave a comment to share your thoughts or stories and make our chat better. Number 1. Don't always do what they do. Let's start with a simple truth. If you text or call someone all the time, you might seem too available or even desperate. Think about it. When something is always available, it often loses its appeal. In the same way that eating the same thing every day would get old, being in someone's room all the time can have the same effect. One way to put this idea into practice is to think about an artist working on a painting. If you spend all day in your studio, you might lose perspective on your work. But taking a break can give you a new view and a new appreciation for what you're making. The same is true in relationships. If you're not always there for each other, they might miss the funny moments. Deep conversations and the unique parts of your personality make them respect your presence more because they know it's not a given. It's a special part of their day that isn't always available from a Stoic point of view. This activity teaches us how to be independent and control ourselves. Stoics think that you should focus on your own growth and inner peace instead of looking for approval from other people, so they don't make themselves too available. You show that you have your own goals, passions, and pursuits. You're not just your relationships, you're a person with a rich, fulfilling life. This doesn't mean ignoring the people you care about. It means balancing your presence in a way that increases the depth and appreciation of your connections. Remember that this isn't about playing games or making someone chase you. It's about respecting yourself and the other person enough to give your interactions space, not empty. Take a step back. It's a time of anticipation, reflection, and often a growing respect for the part each other plays in your lives. Let life's picture unfold at its own pace sometimes. It will be worth the wait. Let them feel your absence just enough to know how much they miss you, and watch how the dynamics of your relationships change, adding a new depth that is both rewarding and enriching. Remember that. It's not just about making someone miss you. It's about growing as a person and improving the quality of your relationships. Number 2. Resist the urge to seek attention. Imagine getting a simple emoji or a casual hello from someone you're interested in. It's tempting to reply right away, especially if you've been looking forward to their message for a long time. But let's take a moment to think about this from a Stoic point of view. In Stoicism, we learn the value of self-control and not giving in to every urge. Rome's Stoic emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not over outside events. Realize this, and you'll feel stronger." Now use this knowledge here. If you answer right away every time, it could make them think you're always available and ready for them to get in touch. This can make you seem less interesting and lower your value. The human brain is designed to value things that aren't easily accessible. If you always react quickly, they might think that they don't need to do much to keep your attention the next time they send you one of these light messages. Take a moment to think about your plans. You like doing or just being in the present moment. This delay in your answer isn't a game. It's to show that you have a full and interesting life of your own. It's to show that even though you value their messages, your world isn't centered around them. When a message comes up while you're working on a project you're really interested in, you don't drop everything to answer it. Instead, you finish your work, putting your personal growth and responsibilities ahead of the instant gratification of a quick chat. When you do reply, your answer will be taken more seriously. Subtly showing that your time and attention are valuable in this way doesn't just make your attention seem more valuable. It also makes you more attractive. When they see that you're not always available and that your life is full and interesting, they'll be more likely to make bigger efforts to connect with you. It's when they realize that getting your attention is a rewarding challenge that they start to appreciate and miss your presence more deeply. This is the power of showing that you're grounded in your own life and not swayed by every notification. Number 3. Develop an aura of mystery. Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-control and the power of the unknown. By slowly revealing who we are, we connect with others. Interest in nature. Why does this work so well at making people think about us more and want to know more? It's easy, people are naturally interested. If you reveal everything at once, there is no longer any riddle or puzzle to solve, and people lose interest quickly. On the other hand, if you tell your story in small steps, people stay interested and can't wait to find out what happens next. Let's use this situation to show what lies beneath each layer. Imagine you just had a day full of pleasant surprises and unexpected turns. Instead of telling your friends or someone you're interested in everything that happened, you could say something like, "Wow, today was full of surprises," and leave it at that. This way they'll naturally want to know more, and if you choose to share more, you can have a deeper conversation on your own terms. This strategy doesn't just keep you in their minds, it makes every interaction with you exciting. You become like a mystery. To be stoic, this method teaches both you and the person you're interacting with patience. It's about enjoying the journey of getting to know each other without rushing through the pages. By creating a subtle air of mystery, you embody the Stoic principle of controlling what you reveal and maintaining your autonomy over how much of yourself you share. This not only keeps you interesting, but it also makes your social interactions more dynamic and thought-provoking. Keep them guessing and interested, and watch as they become more interested in you and want to know more about your character. 4. Make them feel jealous. In Stoicism, we often talk about how to deal with and understand emotions because we see them as normal parts of being human. If you look at jealousy through a Stoic lens, it can gently push someone to realize how valuable you are, which makes them miss you more. But this isn't about tricking them or hurting them. It's about subtly showing off the good things in your life. To live up to the Stoic ideal of living well, you should show how happy and content you are with your own life, not to anger them, but to remind them of the shared joys and the fullness of your own existence. Imagine this scenario. You're fully involved in a group project at a community volunteer event. You share a picture or story from the event, not to brag about your social life, but to show how you're truly engaged with life. The key is to be genuine. Let your actions show your inner peace and commitment to personal growth. When they see you not only surviving, but thriving in life and with others with a serene joy, it may spark a subtle sense of longing. They may remember the depth and tranquility you brought into their lives, which they are now missing your presence. By giving them a hint of what they're missing, you encourage them to reevaluate your place in their life. It's about making them miss the steadying influence and real moments you share. Always remember that the goal is not to control their emotions, but to inspire them by your example. Let your life speak of your values and joys, and if it makes them yearn for you, let it be because they see the real good in reconnecting with you. This way of doing things will ensure that your actions are based on respect and empathy, which are pillars that you should never compromise. Number 5. Leave them wanting more in every interaction. Try to make an impression that makes them want to see you again. This Stoic wisdom tells us to end our interactions while they are still lively and full of life. It's about creating a rhythm in your relationships that mirrors the rhythm of a well-composed piece of music, knowing when to pause and let the anticipation of the next note build. For example, if you are in the middle of a lively discussion about a mutual interest, like a recent movie or a philosophical idea, it might be tempting to go into every detail and explore every tangent. However, if you choose to end the conversation just as it reaches its peak of interest, maybe with a thought-provoking question or an interesting idea for a future adventure, you leave a loop in their mind and say something like, "I have a theory about the ending, but I'll share it next time." It might change the way you see the whole story. This method makes every conversation memorable, like a favorite TV show where each episode ends on a cliffhanger. Your companion will be eagerly anticipating your next meeting, curious about the insights you'll share and the stories you'll tell. By choosing the right time to say goodbye, you make your presence a rare and valued gift, increasing their appreciation and longing for your company. Keep your interactions interesting and new by not talking about the same things over and over again. This will make sure that every meeting is lively and leaves people feeling curious and excited, which will keep you in their minds and give them a sense of emotional depth and intellectual engagement that they will miss when you're not there. To learn the skill of leaving them wanting more, you need to be aware and have self-control, which are traits of the Stoic virtues of wisdom and temperance. If you consistently use this method, you will not only strengthen your relationships, but you will also build mutual respect and eagerness that makes every reunion anticipated and every absence felt. This is a powerful way to deepen connections in a meaningful way, making them cherish your presence and eagerly await your return. Be sure of yourself and magnetic. Being charismatic means more than just being the life of the party. It means making the people around you feel truly valued and understood. For example, imagine you're at a gathering and instead of taking over the conversation, you listen carefully, respond honestly, and engage in a meaningful way. When people leave your conversation, they feel better and more appreciated. That's charisma. It's about making a good impression on people's hearts so they think of you when they want to be warm and involved. This way, people will know you're not there and be excited to see you again. Now, let's talk about confidence. Stoicism teaches us that real confidence comes from knowing our own worth and abilities, not from getting approval from other people. For example, when faced with a challenge, a Stoic person stays calm and resolves the problem, showing confidence through calm actions instead of showing off their confidence through boastful words. People are naturally drawn to confident people who make them feel good. When you don't exist, that sense of security you gave them stays with them, making them long for your return. Combining charisma and confidence means having a presence that's both comforting and inspiring. It means being someone who shines on their own and brings out the best in others. People are naturally drawn to confident people who make them feel good. When you embody these qualities, your absence is deeply felt, creating a longing that keeps people looking forward to your next meeting. Being someone who listens, understands, and believes in their own worth is in line with Stoic philosophy and makes you someone that people will love being around and miss when you're gone. Remember that the goal is not just to be remembered, but to be missed in a way that's heartfelt and genuine. If you've made it this far and are still with us, please leave a comment below or just type, "If you like the content, please let us know." It helps us come up with ideas for new videos. Now, let's move on to number 7. Put yourself first and work on your personal growth. Taking care of yourself may seem simple, but it's deeper than you think. For example, when you work out regularly, you're not only changing your body, you're also learning to be disciplined. Eating well and making sure you get enough sleep aren't just things you should do. They're acts of Stoicism, says that your body is the temple of your rational mind. Let's look at mindfulness, a practice that involves observing your thoughts and emotions without judging them. This not only helps you deal with stress, but it also aligns you with the Stoic principle of knowing what you can control and what you can't. When you're calm and centered, you give off a magnetic positive energy that people notice and miss when you're not around. Now, let's talk about personal growth. This is where you show the world, and more importantly, yourself, that you're committed to becoming a better version of yourself every day. Whether you're taking up a new hobby, learning a new language, or setting personal milestones, these actions show a dynamic spirit. Stoicism teaches us the value of continuously learning and adapting, which not only makes your life better, but also makes you very interesting and captivating. Think about someone who is always learning and growing. Wouldn't you miss their insights and stories when they're not around? By investing in yourself in this way, you become someone who adds value just by being you. Others start to see you as someone who motivates and inspires. Your presence is a breath of fresh air. They'll miss you, not only for how you made them feel, but also for the insights, laughter, and inspiration you bring into their lives. That's the power of living a life in line with Stoic principles. It makes you unforgettable. Being supportive and understanding is one of the most memorable ways to stand out. Imagine being the calm in their storm, giving them a listening ear and a steady heart during both their triumphs and trials. This doesn't just show empathy, it shows your strength and compassion, which are highly regarded in Stoic philosophy. For example, if they're having a bad day at work, listen to their problems without trying to solve them right away. If they ask for advice, give it, or just be there to show that you care by your attention and presence. This act of being present without being too close or too far away shows that you respect their ability to deal with life's challenges. Keeping your own inner peace and boundaries is also an important part of real Stoic support. It's tempting to get involved in other people's problems, but remember that Stoicism teaches us the value of self-preservation and logic. Support them, but don't let it hurt your own mental or emotional health. Push them toward independence and personal growth, showing that while you can be relied on for comfort, they are also strong and able to do things on their own. By being this pillar of strength and understanding you, they will come to see you not only as a partner, but also as a confidant and a guide. It's hard to find this kind of bond, which is based on mutual respect and honesty, anywhere else. So when you're not together, the comfort and balance you bring to their lives will be deeply missed. They will come back to you again and again, not because they need you, but because they deeply value the peace and strength you bring into their lives. Show who you really are. According to the Stoic principle of self-sufficiency, if you want someone to miss you, you have to show them the whole of who you are. Remember that your worth as a person does not depend on someone else being in your life. This is especially important when you're in a relationship or trying to make someone want to spend time with you. For example, let's say you have a lot of interests. Maybe you're deeply involved in a local sports league or dedicated to learning a new language. These things make your life more fulfilling and joyful. When you talk about your hobbies or excitement about your latest accomplishments and adventures, you're not just sharing activities, you're showing a partner or someone you hope will miss you. People find you very attractive and interesting when you're independent and happy with or without them. This doesn't mean you don't value their presence in your life or treat them with respect. It means you find a balance between valuing their presence and not being completely dependent on them for your happiness. For example, while you might spend your weekends hiking with friends or going to workshops that interest you, you also make time to connect with them, share your experiences, and make new memories together. This shows that while your life is rich and satisfying on its own, their company adds a unique and valued dimension to it by consistently supporting and sharing your personal growth and happiness. When you're not around, they naturally start to miss the laughter, insights, and energy you bring into their lives. They want to be a part of your adventures again, not because they have to, but because they choose to. This is the essence of a meaningful connection influenced by Stoic ideas. Two whole people who improve each other's lives without being dependent on each other. Number 10. Keep the spark alive. The timeless lessons of Stoicism can help us keep our relationships strong and alive. Keeping the spark alive is important in any relationship to avoid the dullness of complacency and the staleness of routine. The Stoic approach would have you come up with creative and thoughtful ways to surprise and delight your partner, not as a transaction, but as a genuine expression of your love and values. For example, you could plan an unplanned adventure or visit a place you both love. It doesn't have to be big. A handwritten note expressing your thoughts or a simple gesture that shows you pay attention to the little things can make a big difference. Such actions speak volumes, showing your commitment and love in the purest Stoic sense. An important part of any strong friendship is being able to talk about important things. Talking about your hopes, fears, and success in personal virtues will not only strengthen your relationship, but it will also help you grow as a person, which is a Stoic practice. Another way to keep the connection alive is to plan regular date nights or special outings. These times are chances to make new memories and remember how much fun you had when you were first dating. Whether you're trying a new restaurant, going to a concert, or just taking a walk in the park, the important thing is to be fully present and enjoy these moments. They are valuable for building a foundation that will last by consistently caring for your relationship and making each other feel valued. Cherished, you align with the Stoic ideal of mutual respect and virtue. By doing this, you make yourself unforgettable, and your partner will naturally miss you when you're not around, not because they need you, but because of the strength of the bond you share. Keep an upbeat attitude. Stoicism is based on the idea that keeping a positive attitude and outlook on life can have a big effect on how other people see and miss you. Positivity spreads and affects everyone you meet. When you approach life with optimism and enthusiasm, you become a source of light and joy for others, making your presence memorable and impactful. Even when things are bad, try to find the silver lining and focus on the good instead of dwelling on the bad. This doesn't mean avoiding problems or acting like everything is fine. Instead, it means being aware of problems while choosing to focus on solutions and the chance for good results. For example, if something goes wrong at work, you might think, "This is a chance to learn and improve my skills," instead of, "This is a disaster." People will be drawn to you and miss your uplifting presence when you're not there. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel good and inspire them to see the world in a brighter light. If you're the person who consistently brings positivity into their lives, they'll miss you when you're not there. A smile is often the easiest and most powerful way to make someone's day and make them want more of your contagious positivity. Not only does smiling make you feel better, but it also has a positive effect on those around you. For example, if you smile at someone, it can make them feel better and create a moment of connection. Over time, these small acts of positivity create a strong impression of you as someone who brings joy and light into their lives. To incorporate Stoicism into this approach, remember that you control your attitude. As the Stoic philosopher Epicurus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it. That matters. If you choose to keep a positive attitude, you embody this Stoic wisdom and become a source of strength and hope for those around you. To sum up, keeping a positive attitude and outlook on life not only improves your own health, but it also makes you a desirable and memorable presence by consistently radiating positivity. People will be drawn to you even when things are hard, and they'll miss you when you're not there. 12. Accept this rule with a smile and a positive attitude, and see how it changes your relationships and how other people see you. Make moments that you can share. Having shared experiences is important if you want her to miss you. This isn't just about spending time together. It's about making memories that she will treasure and think about when you're not there. Let's look at how this fits with Stoic principles and can make her miss you in Stoicism. Living in the present and being grateful for what you have right now is important because it leads to shared experiences. When you do things with your partner, like traveling to new places, trying out new hobbies, or just spending quality time together, you're not only living in the present, but you're also making memories that strengthen your relationship. For example, let's say you and your partner decide on the spur of the moment to take a weekend trip to a nearby town. You explore the local culture, try new foods, and have deep conversations about life and your future. These are experiences that are unique to your relationship and become special memories that she will think about when you're apart. She'll remember the joy, laughter, and connection you shared, making her long for more of those moments with you. Stoicism tells us to find happiness in the little things in life. Cherished, you align with the Stoic ideal of mutual respect and virtue. By doing this, you make yourself unforgettable, and your partner will naturally miss you when you're not around, not because they need you, but because of the strength of the bond you share. Keep an upbeat attitude. Stoicism is based on the idea that keeping a positive attitude and outlook on life can have a big effect on how other people see and miss you. Positivity spreads and affects everyone you meet. When you approach life with optimism and enthusiasm, you become a source of light and joy for others, making your presence memorable and impactful. Even when things are bad, try to find the silver lining and focus on the good, instead of dwelling on the bad. This doesn't mean avoiding problems or acting like everything is fine. Instead, it means being aware of problems while choosing to focus on solutions and the chance for good results. For example, if something goes wrong at work, you might think, "This is a chance to learn and improve my skills," instead of, "This is a disaster." People will be drawn to you and miss your uplifting presence when you're not there. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel good and inspire them to see the world in a brighter light. If you're the person who consistently brings positivity into their lives, they'll miss you when you're not there. A smile is often the easiest and most powerful way to make someone's day and make them want more of your contagious positivity. Not only does smiling make you feel better, but it also has a positive effect on those around you. For example, if you smile at someone, it can make them feel better and create a moment of connection. Over time, these small acts of positivity create a strong impression of you as someone who brings joy and light into their lives. To incorporate Stoicism into this approach, remember that you control your attitude. As the Stoic philosopher Epicurus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it. That matters. If you choose to keep a positive attitude, you embody this Stoic wisdom and become a source of strength and hope for those around you. To sum up, keeping a positive attitude and outlook on life not only improves your own health, but it also makes you a desirable and memorable presence by consistently radiating positivity. People will be drawn to you even when things are hard, and they'll miss you when you're not there. 12. Accept this rule with a smile and a positive attitude, and see how it changes your relationships and how other people see you. Make moments that you can share. Having shared experiences is important if you want her to miss you. This isn't just about spending time together, it's about making memories that she will treasure and think about when you're not there. Let's look at how this fits with Stoic principles and can make her miss you in Stoicism. Living in the present and being grateful for what you have right now is important because it leads to shared experiences. When you do things with your partner, like traveling to new places, trying out new hobbies, or just spending quality time together, you're not only living in the present, but you're also making memories that strengthen your relationship. For example, let's say you and your partner decide on the spur of the moment to take a weekend trip to a nearby town. You explore the local culture, try new foods, and have deep conversations about life and your future. These are experiences that are unique to your relationship and become special memories that she will think about when you're apart. She'll remember the joy, laughter, and connection you shared, making her long for more of those moments with you. Stoicism tells us to find happiness in the little things in life.